First of all, that voice, oh my God. And just in case you're joining us, my name is Shama Bisori, and of course it's always about the three musketeers, Manasseh K. Nyaga, and guest DJ today is DJ Riley. Najwa mmependa everything he's been doing because I've been seeing a lot of messages, a lot of crashy. DJ Riley, big up. This is Switchboard. The hashtag is Switchboard on all our social media platforms. Instagram, switchtv.ke, Facebook and Twitter, switchtv.kenya. Now, as you have seen the performance, right there was outstanding. I don't even need to introduce her because she comes from right here, actually, in the 254, the tropical islands of Mombasa. She goes by the hello. Hi, Crystal.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks.
You good?
How are you?
I'm Salama. Asante sana. Thank you so much for coming. And no, she's not new actually on the show. She's been here a couple of times on Switch TV.
Yes.
Karibu nyumbani.
Asante.
We say that.
I'm glad to be back.
So, Crystal, for those of the guys out there and the fans who are watching and they don't know who Crystal is, you can just tell us a bit of who Crystal is, what she does.
Crystal Asige is a singer-songwriter, number one. I am also a producer. I have a YouTube channel as well called Blind Girl Manenos. I am also a public speaker, and I am a human rights defender for persons with disabilities especially.
Oh yeah, I know you're working with Amnesty Kenya.
I am, yeah. I just joined the board of directors a couple of months ago.
How is it?
Yeah, it's really good. I'm so happy to be there. It's a very diverse bunch of people, a group of people who sort of like steer what Amnesty will be doing here in Kenya, defending rights of people. This is a movement, you know, people who believe or are passionate about, you know, like injustices and you know, helping people who are going through that are in that movement, Amnesty. So I'm really glad to be a part of that. So shout out to them, actually.
For sure. And just the fact that you've said about they're all about the anti-actually injustice.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
And I'm thinking there's so much going on right now in Africa, actually. And just to mention, you guys can use the hashtag #AndSIRS on all your social media handles. And it's not just to stand with our Nigerian brothers and sisters, and it's not just in Nigeria only. There's Ivory Coast, there's Rwanda, there's Burundi, there's Congo as well. So many things are going down right now.
Absolutely.
And you being a board member, like, is there anything you can tell us maybe you're trying to do or you want to do, or how do you guys feel about everything that is going on right now?
Well, actually, we did a survey a couple of months back as Amnesty, and we went to the streets and asked just, you know, Kenyan citizens, wananchi, what do you think is the biggest problem in Kenya in terms of injustice? And police brutality was up there. With FGM, but police brutality was definitely up there. So, like you said, it's all over Africa. And even though it is all over Africa, people have sort of been saying, oh, but, you know, sisi tuna shida zetu hapa Kenya. Like, why should we worry about what's going on in Nigeria or Congo? But the thing is, what affects people over there affects us here because we are a continent, we are a community of people. So you need to be educated, you need to understand how to stand up for your rights. And how you do that is by joining like an Amnesty International. So you can get civic education, you can understand like how to protest peacefully and impactfully as well. So we're doing quite a lot as Amnesty, and I'm really enjoying being a part of it.
And just a quick one, you can just look at your camera there and you can tell guys what it is they can do, or if is there a way they can through Amnesty Kenya, just, you know, use the hashtag or whatever it is they can do on social media or even just in person to help whatever it is that is going on, not just in Kenya, just Africa in general.
So what you can do is please, you can actually go on my channels, my Twitter or my Instagram, my Facebook, and I usually post about how to become a member of Amnesty International Kenya. Amnesty has over 10 million supporters across the world in over 170 countries, but here in Kenya, we're about 20,000. So we want you to join. If you're passionate about injustice and stopping it, especially like police brutality or any other thing, like myself, please join. Membership starts from 200 bob only per year, just 2 SOC. And you get civic education, and you're able to like connect with people who are like-minded, who you can like, you know, get little pockets of groups of people who you can meet up with and chat about, you know, what you can do personally in your own little circumstance. You don't have to be, you know, someone big with a massive platform.
For sure.
You do your part, and it'll definitely help every single step that we're trying to take as Amnesty.
Yeah, because it all starts with the little things.
Absolutely.
One step at a time, for sure. All right, so let's talk about your music.
Yes.
For now, I know you've been singing for quite some time right now, but for the guys who don't know, when did you realize like this is what you want to do, this is your passion?
Okay, I've been singing for, like you said, a while. Since my mom says it was since when I was like 3 years old. It was when I started singing. I used to go home from school, and if I was bullied by any other kid from school or from nursery or playgroup, I used to come home, instead of telling my mom, I would sing about, I'll be like, mommy, mommy, mommy.
Oh, you're kidding.
I used to make a melody out of it. And it's so interesting because now that, you know, I'm an adult and I'm doing it professionally, it's profound because music is an expression. Like you express your feelings, you express your experiences. So I was doing that since I was apparently 3 years old. So that was pretty cool. And then I realized when I was in university that you can actually, like, you know, make tunes. No,
that's when it started.
That's when I was like, oh,
adulting. There you go.
Exactly. So I used to see people doing like karaoke and like busking and, you know, putting a hat on the floor, people throw money inside. I was like, oh, you can actually make money. So that's how I started, and now I'm here.
All right, so far so good, I'm guessing. But what has been the hardest thing for you in the industry so far?
I think for me, because I'm quite a unique sort of case study, I'm a woman in the industry, and I have a disability. So for me, the hardest thing is trying to like break down people's expectations of me. That's been the hardest. People look at me and they're just like, oh, we shouldn't have but a 2 chance, you know, like, oh, pole kind of thing. But I actually do have many talents, and people just need to be able to look past the disability and just say, you know what, Crystal, we're going to not look at you as a disabled person, but a person with disability. The person has to come first before the disability, because I don't walk around saying like, oh, you know, you're like this. I just say, you know, what do you have to offer? And that's what I feel is the biggest challenge. And number 2 is an offshoot from that, which is that because I'm disabled, people kind of think that it's maybe easier to take advantage of me. The same thing that women go through, but I also go through the same as a woman with disability in the industry.
Only twice as much.
Yes, yes. And so, and then just people, I feel like Kenya is, as much as we are developed in so many other areas, other industries, I think music is still at a unique place where we can go much further and grow like other countries in Africa. So I wish to do my part, not just for music, but also for people with disabilities or anyone with any kind of challenge, to see me and say, you know what, that chick is doing this thing and she's going for it 110%. So I can also sort of like pick some motivation from that.
Now I know uko high school umakona Tessa, you've been taking the lead roles, my musicals, my nini. Tell us about that.
It was amazing. So I did musical theatre throughout school. In fact, I studied in university film and theatre. Cool. So I took music and stage and film and threw it all together. But yeah, I used to do drama festivals. I used to come to Nairobi on the night bus with like our teachers and Tessa Pompele. Lots of plays, lots of concerts, lots of poetry recitals. I also write poetry. Actually, I started writing music through writing poetry, because poetry and then put a melody to it becomes music. So that's how I started. So I'm actually a bit of a spoken word artist.
So
but I don't have any pieces now.
Actually, you're so lucky you say that, because I was just about to ask you to drop some. And speaking of putting you on the spot, guys, you know our head-to-head is SautiSol versus Mafikizolo. Who would you choose? Who's your favorite?
I think they both are great in their different ways.
No, it's either this or that.
That's a cop-out answer. It's a very politically correct answer. I'm like, I like them for all their own reasons.
No. It's either this or that.
Well, I'll say Sauti because they're Kenyan and we're trying to, you know, back our own.
For sure. And speaking of SautiSol, if you're just maybe comfortable talking about it, because I know you started off as you are with the Soul Generation.
Well, as in I started off solo as an independent.
Yeah, I know.
Then
and
last
then
year
you got into Soul Generation. And then now you're still going solo.
Correct.
And how does it feel going solo? And then still, what happened, if you don't mind? Talk to us about
I mean, people, first of all, it's over a year later. I'm just like, people are still wanting this, apparently tea, this juice, you know. But now that I'm solo, I mean, I'm just going back to the independent life like I had done, I was doing before 2019. Working with Sauti was like crazy good. I was able to do so much and accomplish, I mean, extravaganza. That will live in everyone's history. People remember where they were when extravaganza dropped. And I love the fact that I was able to be a part of that very special moment. And I love those guys. They're doing great as well. They're doing their part in the industry. So big up to them as well.
And you're doing good as well. And just as we wrap up,
you.
Something really quick. The most heartwarming compliment that you ever got.
The most heartwarming compliment I ever got. Well, the most recent one, or one in the recent past, I would say.
Anything that beats it.
Yeah. Okay, before Extravaganza came out, I was very nervous because of my disability. I didn't know how people would take it, because I've been discriminated against so many times, and I've been sort of like, the people's expectations of me have been so low, and I've always wanted to see like, how can I, like, you know, overachieve and show them that there's more to me than just this. And when Extravaganza came out, I was nervous. But then as soon as it came out, the comments in that comment section, manze, I was like, people were like, that girl's eyes, they're beautiful, they're fantastic, they make her look so this and so special and so unique. And the thing is, I was touched because my eyes have always been like the bane of my pain. They've always hurt me because of the things that I've experienced around disability. So it was interesting that what I used to think was my biggest burden, people looked at it and actually praised it, and they were like, no, you are beautiful the way exactly you are. And that really touched me. And then when I went to KICC, we went to perform for the first time last year. When my verse came, everyone was like, ah. And I was just like, oh, why are they screaming? Really? I wasn't sure if it was like a good, like, yes, or it was like, but it was end up being really a really fantastic time. So that was a really good time.
And you know, as they say, disability is not
inability. Yeah, I'm trying to turn impossible into possible and disability into ability.
For sure, for sure. I know you've lived in the UK for quite some time. Yeah. And I just want to know, because I know uku Kenya tunakuanga na so many experiences and stuff. So just want to know one thing that you've experienced in the UK and you've experienced here in Kenya that is shocking but still common.
Shocking but still common.
Like, they do here and they still do.
They still do there. Gosh, that is a good question. Oh man, what do they do here and they also still do there? Party after party after party. Le kesho tuko job ni kulala for Kenyans are known for party. And then it's funny, it's awesome because so many Africans are in Britain. So when you find like a small community of like Jamaicans or like Nigerians, you're just like, oh, ni watu wangu.
Go home.
Yeah, you just feel like you just are at home. So yeah, people love partying out there, and just like they were, you know, Nairobians.
I know.
At a period of Corona.
I know. No one even knows, but just as we wrap up because of time, I just want you to tell us something about your new music, Straight No Chaser, and then you can just look straight into your camera and tell them where they can get you, your social media handles and everything, where they can download the song or listen to the song and all that as we go into a break.
Yeah. So my song with Nairobi Horns Project, it just dropped on Friday and it's called Straight No Chaser. The music video is on my channel, which is just Crystal Asige, on Facebook Crystal Asige, Instagram Crystal Asige, Twitter Crystal Asige, and YouTube Crystal Asige. And it was a collaboration, like I said, with the Nairobi Horns Project. They are a 3-piece horn band, fantastic band, and we just want you guys to enjoy it as much as we enjoyed making it. And you can find the audio on all DSPs, your Deezers, your iTunes, your Spotify, Boomplay, anywhere you get music, you can get it. So please have a look at it and let me know what you think. Straight No Chaser.
Hey,
give it to you straight, no chaser. Manasseh.
Dope stuff. We can't wait to keep banging the song right here. Thank you so much, Crystal, for coming through. And it's always a pleasure to have you. We wish you the best with, you know, going solo. And so far, it's just looking juicy. So all the best. Yeah. Also, guys, as we just wind up the show, just here to remind you that you already know that this is always that weekend that you always look forward to, and this is that show that you get the juice, top of the juice. And just to let you know that I feel so fresh and I wish the show would go farther, would just go farther. And this feeling of feeling fresh, DJ Riley will just tell you what this feeling is all about. Yes, yes, you need to tell them, tell them.
Yeah, today I'm just intense, manze. Niko fresh mbaya.
Yeah.
Galdem
kidogo kuja job anakuambia uko tu fresh.
Ananiambia. Unajua kwanza Asige hajanisikia nyingine nanukia.
Angekuwa tu asikie.
Angekuwa tu hapa. Angesikia.
Amesema njoo.
Kumbe siri ni nini lakini?
Siri sasa ni nini Manasseh? Siri nafaa niambie Asige ni intense cool.
Intense cool. Sabuni intense cool inaosha mwili. Safi
sana. Unafaambia machali mtaani waache kunuka jasho. Waache kunuka jasho. Na hiyo ngozi ikuwe ngumu watumie product.
I swear. But right there, you've just hit the point. Because I swear, hiyo ngozi for you to be nyororo, you know, you need glycerin. Crystal, I know you know this. High school hapo tuko tunapanga ndio hiyo. Unajua? Ndio hiyo, you see my people? There we are. If you want your skin to just feel so smooth and so soft and moisturized and the smell at the end of the day. Hata nashanga mbona Crystal haja comment bado, but Intense imperial leather is the way to go. I'm telling you. Huh? Crystal, how you feeling? How you? Huh?
I'm feeling great. My skin. Vile nilikuwa natembea hapa na I was like, you know, my sense of smell is heightened, so I was like,
you see?
I was just like, Shama, because people will just kill you. Si kusikia harufu. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us on Switchboard for yet another fantastic weekend. We can't wait to see you next weekend. Come, okay? It's all about Shama Be Sorry and Manase Kenyaga, DJ Riley. Thank you so much for coming through.
Ashukuru manze, many welcome kwa show.
Come. Yeah. Crystal, wish you well. Have a fantastic week.
Thank you so much.
Also, you guys for watching. We thank you. We're out.
And we love you.